If I asked you the difference between 99.9% and 99.99% uptime, you might say 0.09%. And you would be technically correct but practically wrong. The real difference is a factor of 10. 99.9% gives you 43 minutes of allowed downtime per month. 99.99 gives you 4 minutes. That distinction drives everything we are talking about today: SLIs, SLOs, and SLAs. Let us start with SLIs, service level indicators. An SLI is a measurement. Specifically, it is a ratio. Good events divided by total events, times 100. For a web API, a good event might be a request that returns a non-error status code in under 300 milliseconds. You count those, you count all requests, and you divide. That gives you a number like 99.87%. The key decision is defining what counts as good. And that is a product decision, not an engineering decision. A checkout page might tolerate 500 milliseconds. A search autocomplete needs to respond in 50 milliseconds or users notice the lag. You pick your threshold based on what users actually experience. There are 4 types of SLIs that cover most services. Availability: did the service respond without a server error? Latency: how fast did it respond? Throughput: is the system processing at the expected rate, which matters more for data pipelines than APIs. And correctness: did it return the right answer, which is critical for things like search engines and financial systems. Most teams start with availability and latency because they are the easiest to instrument. You add a counter for total requests, a counter for successful fast requests, and you have an SLI. 2 lines of instrumentation code get you started. Now, an SLI by itself is just a number on a dashboard. To make it actionable, you wrap it in an SLO, a service level objective. An SLO says, this SLI must meet this target over this time window. For example, 99.9% of requests succeed within 300 milliseconds, measured over a rolling 30-day window. The rolling part matters. Some teams use calendar months, and that creates a bad incentive. Your error budget resets on the first of the month, so everyone wants to deploy risky changes on day 1 when the budget is full. Rolling windows smooth that out. Now here is where teams go wrong. They set the SLO based on aspiration instead of observation. If your service actually runs at 99.5%, do not set a 99.99% SLO. You will be in constant violation and the SLO becomes background noise that everyone ignores. Instead, measure your actual reliability for 2 to 4 weeks, then set the target slightly below your observed performance. The math behind SLOs gives you something called an error budget. With 99.9% over 30 days, your budget is 1 minus 0.999 times 30 days worth of minutes. That equals 43.2 minutes. But it is not 43 minutes of complete outage. It is proportional. If 10% of your requests fail for 7 hours, that burns roughly the same budget as 100% failure for 43 minutes. This is why request-based SLIs are better than simple uptime pings. A health check every 60 seconds cannot detect a partial failure. Your request counters catch every single bad interaction. When you burn through your error budget, that triggers your error budget policy, which we will cover tomorrow. The short version is, you stop shipping features and focus on reliability until the budget recovers. Finally, SLAs, service level agreements. An SLA is an SLO with money attached. It is a contractual promise to your customers. If you break it, you owe service credits, refunds, or worse. The absolute most important rule is that your SLA must be looser than your SLO. If your SLO targets 99.9%, your SLA should promise 99.5% or maybe 99%. That gap is your financial safety margin. When your SLI drops below your SLO, engineering kicks into gear, feature freezes, incident response, reliability sprints. But the SLA is not breached yet, so no money changes hands. The SLO acts as an early warning system for the SLA. 2. Recap the whole stack, instrument your services to collect SLIs. Watch the data for a couple of weeks. Set SLOs based on observed performance and product requirements. Then, only if you have paying customers, define SLAs with a buffer below your SLOs. Start with 2 or 3 SLOs per service, not 20. And use rolling windows, not calendar months. Tomorrow is day 3 and we are covering error budget policy, the mechanism that turns SLO violations into actual engineering decisions. Hit subscribe so you do not miss it, and drop a comment if your team has struggled with setting the right SLO targets. See you tomorrow.